When a graph is drawn accurately, we can show an inequality by shading in a region, and that's what we're looking at today. To show an inequality on a graph, we start by replacing the inequality for an equals and drawing the graph. Let's do a linear graph. We then shade in the side that the inequality is describing. A solid line shows the values can be equal to the line. A dashed or dotted line shows the inequality cannot be equal to the line. Let's go through these questions. We're going to start by drawing the lines for y equals 5, x equals 6 and y equals x plus 10. So y equals 5 will be a line where all the y coordinates are 5. X equals 6 will be a line where all the x coordinates are 6. And then y equals x plus 10. So 10 will describe the y-intercept, and the 1 before the x, we don't write it, but the coefficient of the x is 1, will describe for every 1 we go to the right, we'll go 1 up. So it will look like this. The inequalities for the first two cannot be equal, so we should show these as dotted lines. To find the shared region, we need to find the area above the y equals 5 line, because y is greater than this, to the left of the x equals 6 line, because x is lower than this, and below the y equals x plus 10 line, because the y value is lower than this line. And we're going to shade this onto the diagram. We're going to start by drawing both lines, assuming the inequalities are equal sign. For quadratic, you may choose to pick a point for every x value and make a table, but in this question we can translate the y equals x squared graph left 2 spaces because it's a plus 2 inside the bracket. So we start by thinking about what y equals x squared would be and then just moving it left 2. Then we're going to draw the y equals 2x plus 14 line. The quadratic is the x plus 2 squared bit, and the inequality is saying that our region will be higher than that line because x is greater than or equal to it. The second inequality is saying that the region is below the 2x plus 14 line. We can now shade this region. We need to first of all realise which graph is which. The horizontal line is obviously the y equals 5 line. The diagonal one is the y equals x plus 14 line, and the curved one is the quadratic. The region is above the horizontal line, so our first inequality will be y is greater than 5. The region is below the diagonal line, so y is going to be lower than or equal to x plus 14. Notice that it's solid, so it can be equal to it as well. The shading is below the quadratic, so y must be less than or equal to minus x squared plus 26. And let's finish with this. So a dog is tied to a pole with a 2-meter lead. Find the shape of the region the dog can move in. If you know, write it in the comments below. And you can come to onmaths.com or click the link in the description to access all of our free A-level papers and predictions, and you can even save your scores with a free account. This video is part of a larger A-level course that you can follow along with at onmaths.com.